Good morning everyone, what's up? I am Zara Kane, as you know, and today I've got my hands on some super spicy, hot off the press leaks for the Genestealer cult's Codex, and by that I mean pretty much all of it. But I'm going to have to split it up into several videos because there is so much to cover. And first of all, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to my source because you, my friend, are a fucking legend. Seeing this stuff has put a lot of my worries to bed. I was really starting to get down about this release due to Games Workshop, the stuff they've teased and how bad it looked. And now I am absolutely pumped, to say the least. I'm so happy. So let's crack on straight away and get into the most important part, I guess, which is the points. I'll go through everything else as quickly as I can. Don't forget to like and subscribe since, you know, you're hearing it here first, unless, of course, Specs Tactics has somehow seen my video before I've even uploaded it and made his own one quicker. I would not be surprised. So, points values. Here's the image so you can read it yourselves. I'll go over the big stuff first. So, Acolytes and Metamorphs. The squad sizes have changed to be a maximum of 15. So, the Metamorphs used to only be able to take 10, so now they can take more. But the Acolytes used to be able to take 20. That's gone down by 5. So it's probably an attempt to limit the viability of buffs you can stack on them. Neophytes are still max 20, despite what it says here in the points list. You'll notice that they put 15 models in this list. However, I can confirm on the datasheet it's still 20. So a bit of a Games Workshop typo fuck up there, I think. HQs. Note that the Abominant is now an elite slot. He's no longer a HQ. And this kind of ties in with a change to the gene sect rule. So this is the one which says you can only take one of each character type per detachment. That part is still here. However, there's another part to it, which says that for each HQ character, you can bring another character, which is HQ or elite, without allocating them to a battlefield role. So that means that you can basically surpass the battalion limit of 3 HQs or get your hands on extra elite characters, perhaps if that category is already filled out with metamorphs and aberrants or whatnot. So this part is very nice. Maybe Games Workshop actually listened to my last wishlist video thing. Let's see, moving on. Points cost for the Patriarch, Magus and Primus are all pretty much the same. The Icon Ward's gone up by 15 points, I think, so no real changes here to worry about. So let's look at the bulk of our lists now, the troops. Neophyte, 6 points a model. I think that's the same as it was before. The loadouts are somewhat different though. The cool icon that everyone was talking about, which lets you bring models back to the squad when they die, that's 20 points. That's pretty expensive. Seismic cannons, mining lasers, 15 points, also pretty expensive. But I think you need to factor in the benefits of what Crossfire and Exposed is going to allow you to achieve with those heavy weapons. Heavy Stubbers, still only 5 points. I mean, that's obviously a lot cheaper, but I'm not sure if that makes them viable still. Shotguns are strength 4 now and free, so go do the maths. Webbers, 10 points. Definite fail in my eyes when you can get a grenade launcher for 5. Acolytes, they're up from 8 points to 9 for the actual model. That's not the worst thing in the world. It could have been worse. Note that they no longer get rending claws. Instead, they've all just got a combo weapon called the Cult Knife and Claws. It's just a simple -2 AP and they get an extra attack with it. So that's a buff in my eyes. So yes, your base Acolyte actually has 3 attacks, not 2, taking this into consideration. All of the 3 mining tools, which is the cutter, the saw and the drill, are now 10 points each. The cutter is flat 3 damage now. But sadly, it loses the slaying rule where you would roll a d6 and try and get better than wounds. The drill has gone up to AP4 to be in line with the others, and it's got a different ability to inflict mortals. I'll go over that in another video. It's potentially good. We'll see. Hand Flamers, still 3 points each on Acolytes, and they're 3 points on Metamorphs now too. Speaking of which, Metamorphs are now 12 points. That's up from 11, which they used to be. I don't think that's a bad increase at all. Their weapons have been totally standardized, so there's no options now. They've just got this basic thing called like a metamorph weapon, and it's base AP -3. That's pretty decent. Aberrants, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think they're all just 30 points per model, and the improvised weapon does not seem to cost any extra. I might be wrong. I can't see any points values for it anywhere else in the leaks I've got. Be warned though, that weapon is now different. No longer double attacks, but it works like a flail. I think Death Guard get access to that sort of thing where basically any damage overspills from one model that you kill. It's a flat damage 2 weapon. So if you hit one model which has got 1 wound, that extra part of damage that would normally be lost spills onto the next model. The Abominant is down in points, thank God, and in my eyes, actually not that bad at all. A lot of people were saying that he's going to be shit, and I'm like, I think he's decent. I can finally also take him in a list alongside Brood Coven, so that is awesome. Pure Strain Genestealers, definitely worth it now. 14 points per model, and I'll let you know the other stuff soon, but trust me, they're decent. Atalan Jackals stay at 12 points. Lots of cool stuff to cover with these later. Note that demo charges are different depending on which squad takes them. Jackals can only take 1 each, and they cost 5 points. Acolytes can take 2 each, and that's basically 5 times 2, so 10 points for 2 demo charges. The squad size is also different for these, so it's 4 bikers minimum, 8 bikers max, and 2 quads can be thrown in as well. As for all the elites characters, I think the Biophagus is absolutely awesome now and totally worth taking. He's still only 50 points with his familiar, so be prepared for a huge comeback with him. The Locust, the Nexus, and the Clamorous 2 all remain around 50 points, I think, and trust me, they are all really useful now. So much utility to be had with them. I can see a reason to take all of them in a legit list. As for the Assassins, the Kelemorph and the Sanctus, both, I think, around the 80 points mark. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if it's good news for the Kelemorph. His guns have changed and not for the better in my eyes. But despite this, he's got a funky new ability that lets him shoot and fade. So that means you move, you shoot his pistols, and then you move again. So you can hop out of cover and then back in again. To answer a common question, yes, the Sanctus can get crossfire and exposed access with the sniper rifle. Let's see what else we got. Lastly, the vehicles. Ridge Runners, up to 80 points, slight increase. Goliath Trucks, 90 points, that's bad. Rock Grinder, 110. Both of those, it's only 5 points now for the demo charges to chuck on them. I think for me personally, the truck being 90 is a bit shit, but still totally worth it. As you may have heard, they've both got 3+ save now, and there's a cool change to another part of their profile, which I may as well tell you now, which is they basically get Ramshackle, which is -1 damage, but there's no limitation on the strength part like Orcs get. If you get hit by, strength 8 or higher, it does not matter, you still get -1 damage. Overall, I think this is not too bad at all. I'm pretty chuffed. I mean, the worry is most certainly over, and next I'll be looking at the Cult Creeds to show you why. Don't forget to comment and all that shit, and happy day of Ascension, cultists.